Yeah, so authors' sources of inspiration are usually a combination of a number of factors, and my book was born out of despair with the world that we're living in and hope for a better world that is yet to come. Researching and writing it has been an amazing journey for myself, and I hope that my readers also find it interesting and inspiring, and that it opens up new horizons in their thinking and praxis. Yes, those critics argue that Marxism was born in 19th century industrialized Europe, and that's why they argue that it may not be suitable to explain the complexity of the realities of the countries of the global south, which did not industrialize or industrialize in a different way. However, this criticism is wrong because of many reasons. Marxism explains how the economic basis impacts societies and their structures, and therefore is a very suitable tool to explain colonial exploitation and imperialist expansion that has been based on extraction of resources and access to cheap labor. And this has historically shaped the realities of the countries of the global south, so in the colonial and neo-colonial context. Moreover, Marxism explains how former colonial European powers and US imperialism continues to actually exert control and power on the countries of the global south and benefit from this control economically and politically. There is no wonder that major social struggles, anti-colonial, anti-imperialist struggles of the global south were inspired hugely by Marxism, and their leaders adopted Marxism and indigenized Marxism in their context of the struggle, and they won these struggles, and they also, after their victory, used Marxism to build more fair and just societies. And in the process, they also this indigenization showed that Marxism is very adaptable and can be fitted in various contexts of struggles. That's why I think in the third decade of the 21st century, Marxism's criticism of global inequalities, imperialism, capitalism, colonialism continues to be extremely relevant in the context of the global south and beyond. So there are numerous examples of this creative adaptation. For example, Mao Zedong emphasized the role of peasantry in the Chinese Revolution, which was very different from the emphasis on the industrial working class in traditional Marxism. Ho Chi Minh took Marxist-Leninism and combined it with Vietnamese nationalism. He argued that we needed a united front to be able to fight imperialism, and he very actively contributed to the work of the Communist International. Kwame Nkrumah, he focused on using Marxism in the context of African continent. He was an advocate of Pan-Africanism, and he argued that Africans needed to unite to be able to combat new colonialism in the context of continent of Africa. In the context of Ghana, what he did is that he used state-led reforms and industrialization. Che Guevara, for example, in the context of Cuba, he focused on guerrilla warfare and rural populations and transition to socialism. So after the victory of the Cuban Revolution, together with Fidel Castro, they implemented a number of social reforms and nationalized industries. Marcos and Zapatistas in Mexico, they took traditional Marxist ideas and concepts and combined them with indigenous ideas and contemporary social justice issues, and created a very innovative revolutionary model that has been resonating so well in the particular context. We are witness to major socioeconomic challenges, from climate crisis to unprecedented global inequalities and rise of the right. In this environment, Marxism continues to provide an amazing framework for analyzing the contradictions and problems inherent in global capitalist system.